You had a reputation for playing fearlessly over the middle, and you were a beast to run after the catch. Oftentimes you turned that short catch into a long touchdown. Why do you think your play style led to your success, particularly in the playoffs?
Kelly back to throw. Looking, and he's got Reed at the 35, 40, 45 midfield.
You know, the style that we played the hurry up was our style, but we had guys in the right positions, and you know this, Keith McKellar, who can run down the field and can stretch it for me underneath. James Lofton, Don Beebe. I mean, I go back, be here all day, talk about all the guys that we had, but then we had confidence in number 12. And number 12 knew the offense better than anybody. And I think he gave us opportunities. And when they're there, you got to capitalize on those opportunities.
We are reliving the greatest moments in Bills history through the eyes of the legends who created them. This is special playoff edition of Bills Legends Breakdown, powered by Microsoft Teams. I'm Steve Tasker, and I'm pleased to be joined by Hall of Famer Andre Reed. Dre, you played in 21 playoff games as a Buffalo Bill. You had 100-yard performances in 5 of those games. You scored a total of 9 touchdowns. Looking back at your time here in Buffalo, how would you describe your approach to these playoff games that you played so many of?
You know, that's a good question, Steve, because I think when Marv, you know, your coach is really kind of your eyes and ears, and what he says, that's how you go about doing things to a certain point. And, you know, Marv really didn't say that much. He kind of let us do what we wanted to do as long as you showed up on time and all that. But Marv always said, you got to win the giveaway, take away. Field position is really important, and third down percentage. You got to stay on the field as much as you can.
Now let's start here. Let's go back to your career back in 1990 season. And we made the first Super Bowl run for the Buffalo Bills. You came out in the Divisional Round. We played against Miami. So you started on the first drive with a 40-yard touchdown from Jim.
Back to pass, the blitz is on. He throws, he's got a man, Reed, at the 20, down to the 15, to the 10, 5, touchdown.
He had another one in the fourth quarter that went for 26 yards and then blew the game open. We're going to break down both these two touchdowns early on in the game against the Miami Dolphins, 1990. What do you remember about that first one?
Well, we were running the no huddle, the hurry up, and we kind of caught them off guard. And one thing we wanted to do with defenses is have those guys come in and substitute and start getting discombobulated in the secondary. And before you know it, we're going past them. And I think they kind of did me an injustice. Nothing against Lewis Oliver, who can, you know, come down like Ronnie Lott and knock you in the dirt. But they wanted to put him one-on-one with me, and that was not the right thing to do. And Tom Olivedati was the defensive coordinator back then. And every time we played the Dolphins, I used to say to him, "Are you going to put a safety on me again?" And obviously he didn't do that. But we had to win one-on-one.
Right.
It doesn't matter what they do back there. We had to win our one-on-one battles.
I got to tell you, we've laughed about this a number of times. I don't know if you remember this, but the thing that I remember about that play, that 40-yard touchdown play,
you see him in the back with the jacket.
Yeah. Frank is in the background of you. You catch the ball in the background. Frank Reich sees you. You catch it and take about 2 steps. Frank immediately unzips his jacket because he knows he's got to go in and hold on the extra point. Frank Reich in the background will reach up and pull his jacket down. There he is. He's right back there. He pulls his zipper off, and he's going to come out for that. He knows you're going to score as soon as the ball hits your hands. And all of us thought, you know, that's a guy that knows what's going on, right? I mean, that's pretty amazing.
Man.
Now Kelly throws long to the end zone, touchdown! It is Andre Reed!
So the following year, we went off on the divisional round once again, and this time it was against the Kansas City Chiefs. You went for 100 yards, you had 4 catches once again, you scored the first 2 touchdowns of the game. The first one was a 25-yarder, and the second was 53-yarders. Take me through a couple of these plays if you can remember those.
You know, this first play here, if you look at it, Jim looks off to the left, so he did a great job of looking off the safety. You just got to move him a little bit. And I just ran to the corner of the end zone. I mean, that's where the ball was going. It was going to that pylon on the right there, and he threw a perfect pass to me, but it was just up to me not to let the defensive back squeeze me, number one. And even though I had room, I had to give Jim a lane to throw the ball. And then the second one was, you know, oh man, great pickup by Thurman. This play does not work without Thurman coming over and getting in front of the linebacker to take the linebacker and give Jim a little more time to throw the ball. And that was just a one-on-one. Meet me down at the hash, and he's on the left hash, but he's on the right hash. But you guys got to realize he threw that on the left hash and brought it to the right. So he did a great job of moving me away from the defensive back to give me even more room to catch that ball.
Fasten your seatbelts. It's playoff time. The Bills and the Oilers ready to get it on in an AFC wildcard game.
Can't talk about your playoff career either without bringing up the comeback game against Houston, where he scored 3 straight touchdowns in the second half, and we overcame an NFL record 32-point deficit fueled by your performance. What do you remember about your mindset and the mindset of the team that led to that comeback?
You know, one thing about that game that stands out to me, and we always say we were such a resilient team, we didn't quit, is we actually believed when we were losing that we could win this game, regardless of the situation. And I think if you could realize, if all the fans or some fans could be on that sideline and listen to how we were talking, that's why all of them left, because they just didn't think that we would win this game.
We can overcome, baby. We can overcome this one.
And I think confidence is, once you get confidence, it's unbelievable to stop confidence once you have it. And I think the unsung heroes of that game was, Frank and Phil Hansen and Steve Christie and all these other guys. They gave me opportunity, to catch those passes.
Touchdown! Andre Reed for the touchdown! Andre Reed, 3 straight touchdowns!
Well, looking back on the run you had here in Buffalo and being the leading receiver for one of the great offenses of all time, what would you like your legacy to be as a Buffalo Bill?
A guy from a D2 school that didn't have the chance to a certain point to make a team, even though I was drafted in the 4th round. Took advantage of every opportunity he had, and I think, everybody around me made me better. The Steve Taskers, the Al Edwards, the James Loftons, the Don Beebes, these guys made me better, and I think we made each other better. And if you look at this team right now, this team is relying to a certain point on other players to make them better when they step out on the field.
Andre, you're the greatest run-after-catch receiver in NFL history and the greatest receiver ever to wear the Bills uniform. You went from the 4th round to the Hall of Fame, and there's nothing that embodies what this franchise is about more than the way you played. I'm really proud to call you my teammate, my friend, my brother. Bro, thanks for being here. It's great to see you, and thanks for sharing these experiences with us.
And this is it, baby. See you in Buffalo. That's what I'm talking about.
All right, man. Love you, bro.
Man.
Take care.
See you, I love you, man.
Take care, buddy.